full disclosure, I just met Matt physically for the first time this morning. We had a Zoom thing a couple weeks ago once we learned that he was coming over here to Fish Fest, but we met personally this morning at the elementary school for the first time. So I'll just start off by asking you how you've enjoyed Pensacola so far.
It's been amazing. Thank you all so much for coming out here. The support, now obviously this is going to be my first season, but the support that the fans and everybody has shown for this team already has been unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this. But for your question, though, I mean, like being able to come down here and be able to see the stadium, the town, it's more than I even imagined. I got to see the pictures of the stadium. I got to see pictures of the town and all the stories everybody told me about this place. But I can't tell you how many times I probably said this today, but I'm probably going to be saying it in my sleep. But this is honestly like a dream job. To be able to come out here and to know I'm going to be with my guys at a stadium like this with the support that we have is unbelievable. Like I feel like a kid on Christmas already, and the season's still a couple months away. So,
well, for your biography, let's work slowly backwards. I want to address why, in part, this is your dream job, because you have family, you have in-laws up in Mississippi, and this is a great place for you. You've made your home in the state of Mississippi,
yeah.
And this means that you'll be around family with a kid and another on the way. That's really important.
Yeah, I do. My wife, she is due June 22nd, so I'm super excited about that, and for the fact of us being in Mississippi, it's so close for us, and like I talked to him the other day, in professional baseball, one of the only kind of downsides of it is you don't get to see your family as much. But the fact that I get to see my family and be able to see my wife as much as I will be able to is going to be amazing. And that's one of the biggest parts of this being a dream job for me, to be able to be that close. But this whole league is going to be amazing. This Southern League is like. Like I said, I keep saying it's a dream job for any coach, I would say. So if any coach told you otherwise, I don't know if they're telling you the complete honest truth. So
now I want to correct myself. First kid on the way, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. You introduced your dog by their first name, and something in my brain triggered that's a human being. But
honestly, she doesn't think she's a dog. I know people talk about their dogs like that, but she stays away from other dogs. She's not on other dogs. She's my baby, May. That's my girl, Maisie.
Congratulations, and baby's due in the middle of the season, so we'll expect to see you take a step away and hopefully rejoin us in short order this summer. Right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Right. Absolutely. With another Pensacola fan.
Well, let's talk about your professional career, a long minor league playing career that ended in the Marlins organization, reaching as high as the AAA level just down the road in New Orleans. And then the Marlins said, hey, you would make a good coach, and then you became a coach. So what was that process like, and after a couple years, how are you enjoying that transition from playing to coaching?
Oh, man, if you know anything about my past with baseball, there's a lot of injuries, a lot of pain. So one thing about coaching has been it's amazing. I have a lot less pain. And so, my last season playing was with the New Orleans Baby Cakes. Obviously not a team anymore. We're in Jacksonville now in AAA. I tore a hamstring that season, and then my last rehab game down in Jupiter, I broke my foot, and so I probably should have had a rabbit's foot in my pocket when I was playing, but I didn't, obviously. So coaching has been amazing, though. I mean, to be able to see the guys develop and to see their dreams start to come true and be able to see them to move up levels and be able to play the game that they love, and to know that I play a small part in being able to help them with any kind of problems they have, whether it's injuries or hitting's the hardest thing in sports to do. So if they have anything, it can kind of be a little bit of a mental thing, So sometimes to be able to walk them through things and be able to guide them out of that kind of stuff and get them back to being the guy they are and to go back to having fun is awesome. So.
You come from a baseball family. Your father had a long major league career. Your two brothers also played professionally. How did that, obviously, growing up around baseball makes you want to play baseball, but how did that guide your career and your life? At what point did you feel that was going to be a viable career for you?
So like you said, my dad, he played 12 years professional baseball. He pitched. He was a lefty pitcher. All of his boys hit, so he threw really good BP. He played with the A's and the Mariners, and then my older brother was in the major leagues with the Rays, Red Sox, Braves, Braves, Red Sox, Braves.
You're not going to get any help from me. He's your brother. So.
Yeah, Orioles and Rangers after those. But and then my twin brother is my guy. Obviously, he's my twin. He played with the Angels and the Braves in affiliated ball, and he actually his last game was in Mississippi. That's where he was in Double-A with the Mississippi Braves and tore his MCL and was like, I'm off of that. So yeah, so it guided my future obviously as a kid. Learning from my dad, and my dad had baseball facilities throughout my whole life, and so being able to go in and watch him coach and to learn from him and just listen to the things that he teaches kids, and to be able to learn from my older brother and to be able to see him go through the minor leagues and be able to watch him develop and get guidance from him also, and then kind of have my brother to kind of go back and forth with things that we were able to learn and stuff is been amazing. You know, I was I say blessed a lot, but I was very blessed and very fortunate to have the family I was able to have to set myself up for this position now.
Once again, we want to stay on schedule and leave time for you, the fans, to ask a question or two at the end. So this will be my final question, and it kind of relates to the people in town today with you. Will Banfield, Griffin, Conine. You spent the last couple years just a level below us with Beloit, the Snappers, then the Sky Carp. So you've seen most of these players that have come up and played in Pensacola, and a couple that have not yet arrived here, but we expect to see in the next couple months. So what's your hitting philosophy? Why do the Marlins think that you are a hitting coach on the rise worthy of a promotion to Double-A? Because obviously the results, a championship team in Pensacola, is in part thanks to you.
Man, you know what? When you have the kind of group of guys that we have in our organization in our minor leagues, I don't know what it makes it's not an easy job by any means, but it makes the job a lot easier, a lot less hard when you have guys who want to work, guys who want to get better, guys who go and want to grind every day and play the game the right way and represent the organization of the Marlins the right way. So, you know, and going with the guys that are going to be coming, I mean, you got guys like Cody Morissette, who, you know, he had ended his season last year, almost a little bit more than halfway through, but I'm very excited for y'all to see him. You got guys like Yemenel Marinez and Dalby Rosario, young guys who have so much ability to hit and play different positions, and very electric on the field, man. It's going to be fun to watch those guys. So does that answer your question right?
It does. I had another part of it, and I'll rephrase it in a more clear way. Obviously, every player is different. Your approach as a coach is different.
Yes, yeah.
But if you had to distill your hitting philosophy into a couple sentences that maybe a young fan might be able to take away from this, from a professional hitting coach, what do you try and instill in your players?
So one of my favorite sayings of all time, it's kind of an old school saying. It's a question really. I ask my hitters, I ask them, do you want to be a power hitter, or do you want to be a really good hitter with some power? And I haven't met a guy yet that says I just want to be a power hitter. We want to have guys in our organization that go up there, that want to battle, they want to have a good approach, they want to stick to their approach, they want to make a direct impact on the baseball. We need guys, obviously, because Miami is a bigger park. You know, it's not a big, you know, home run field. So we want to develop guys who go up and stay to the big part of the field, go up there, get their pitch, don't miss their pitch, because that's huge at these levels, and spray line drives throughout the big part of the field. There's a lot of green out in the middle of the field, so man, that's a better opportunity for you to get hits, get guys on base, and score the runs in. So that's huge for us, and be able to do that is going to win championships.
We got about 5 more minutes with Matt, and I want to give you a chance to ask him some questions. Shout it out. I'll put it in the mic for the benefit of the folks on video, and we'll go from there. Go ahead, yeah.
So my question for you is, nice to meet you.
Yes, sir.
How difficult was that for you to transition from being the player to accepting being a coach?
Great question.
I'll rephrase it just for the folks at home. Just briefly, the transition from being a player to a coach.
Yeah, you know, it was at first it was difficult. You know, you go through your whole life with these dreams. You work so hard for these dreams to come true of being a Major League Baseball player, and to hear the stories of my dad in the major leagues and my older brother in the major leagues. It was difficult at first because, you know, you work that hard and you have a plan for you to go to the major leagues and have those times and those stories to share with your kids and everything. But the thing I will say, it was heartbreaking, you know, because I worked hard and my body just didn't allow me to get there, you know. But to be able to watch my guys, our hitters with the Marlins, to be able to watch those guys work and to be able to put themselves in the position for their dreams to come true is the ultimate. And to be able to see guys go up, I mean, that is like, home runs feel good, but when you see your boys that you work with and the guys that you look at like little brothers, man, go up there and have fun and like things happen for them and their dreams come true, man, it made that difficulty of not being able to play anymore go right away.
Good question, good answer. Yeah. Hitter to emulate in the major leagues.
Great question. Let's see. I really, really like Soto. I like Soto just because when you watch Soto, I know he hits a lot of home runs. He does for sure. But the guy goes up there to grind at bats. I mean, there cannot be a pitcher in the major leagues that goes up when he comes up to the plate feels comfortable. He's going to go up there and he's in a battle. And you see when he gets to 2 strikes, he's not giving up. You know what I mean? So I love guys like that. I love guys that grind. I love guys that are able to square the baseball up and have the approach and the at-bats that guy has. Love it.
He's been at his best when he's surrounded by other hitters, so you can't pitch around one. So
Yeah.
Another question. Yeah, go ahead.
Matt, what are you looking for on a 2-0 pitch versus an 0-2 pitch?
Good question. 2-0 pitch versus an 0-2 pitch.
So obviously it's going to depend on the pitcher and what they throw and everything. But a 2-0 pitch, you got to be ready for that fastball, no doubt. You got to be ready for that fastball. You got to be ready for the fastball in your zone. Obviously, different hitters have different approaches when it comes to their strengths a little bit more away, a little bit more in. But 2-0, you earned yourself that opportunity to be able to get up to the plate and expect the fastball in your zone and be able to get that swing out that zone. When you get to 0-2, the pitcher kind of earned his count, and so you don't give in, obviously, but you have to obviously take yourself back and say, okay, I can't live out front. I kind of missed that opportunity when I was 1-0 or 0-1 or 0-0. So if you miss your pitch and you get to 0-2, then it's like, okay, it's time for me to battle. It's time for me to grind. It's time for me to be able to having a team at bat to be able to go up there and compete. And so when you get to those 0-2 counts, you just got to make sure you're hammering down, and you get anything in the zone, you're able to stay back a little bit more, let the ball get in there, stay the big part of the field and battle. That's what I would say with those. Not necessarily specific pitches all the time, except for, like I said, 2-0, get that fastball.
Would you say that just in the time since you stopped playing, it's less predictable what you're going to see in a 2-0 count? I think we've seen much more breaking balls in those counts than just even a couple years ago. For sure.
I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, 0-0, 3-0. 3-0 is not just a fastball count anymore either. So you got to be able to control yourself and stay with your approach, stay back, not try to do too much in any count. You try to do too much in any count, that's where a pitcher is able to come back and get you. And so you just go up there with a pro approach and don't get away from that. Don't try to be the hero with one swing or anything like that, because all you got to do is, well, not all you got to do is the hardest, like I said, hardest thing is baseball, but get the barrel to the baseball. You get to the barrel of the baseball, some of these strong guys like that dude right there, all he has to do is touch the ball and that thing's going. Y'all have seen it before, so.
Well, that's a good transition to our next guest, Griffin Conine. How about a round of applause and a welcome to Pensacola for our new hitting coach, Matt Snyder.
Thank you all so much, seriously.